Well, good afternoon. Pastor Greg here, Faith Lutheran Church, Harvey, North Dakota. Coming to you on this Thursday afternoon, Thursday, December 29th. My technically last video of the 2022 year as we leap ahead in just a few days to 2023. Anyway, thanks for spending some time with me in my short message that I have here for you. And today I think it's going to be relatively short. I first just want to thank everybody for all the gifts and thoughts over our Christmas season here, cards and gifts that I've received, and Judy and I have received, and we're very thankful for those as they come in. I want to thank everyone that helps with the Christmas Eve service. It takes a lot to kind of pull that off, and we were short some people, but you know what? It all came together just like the Lord had planned it. So if you get a chance to watch the Christmas Eve children's program, you'll find children of all ages participated. So we're glad to see some others step in and give a hand where it was needed. Excuse me. Anyway, so thanks for those things. Thanks for helping there. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year to you. Just in the fun that it is, the excitement of the season, and the beauty of the birth of the child is always just a wonderful season for me. And so that's that. We'll continue with worship. We will have worship on Sunday morning, the 1st, 10:30, and we'll continue on with that. And in that following week, next week, our Wednesday evening programming starts back up. And next week I'll have another announcement that I will want to share with you about as things as we move forward a little bit. So got that there. So that's what I have. That's what's going on. It's pretty quiet around the shop, the church here. Marilyn will be on vacation next week, so bear with me as I pick up some of those small duties that she usually does. She'll have everything ready to go. I just need to plan ahead and make sure things get printed and so forth for next Sunday, so the following Sunday. All right, so that's all I got to say about that. So again, thanks for everything. Thanks for all you do. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. I wanted to just take a quick look. I mean, all the texts really talk about trust. Where do you look? Where are you looking for? What is it that you should be doing, and so forth. And really, it boils down to trusting in the Lord. So I'm going to take just a brief look at Matthew 2 today, 13 through 23. Go ahead and stop and read that if you'd like, and then come back. It's a pretty heavy piece. We have this whole image of what Christmas looks like, the beauty and the quietness of it. And Christmas Eve, I talked about the noise and the quiet of Christmas, and here in this text we have the noise of the birth of Christ. Now approximately maybe 2 years have gone by. We don't really know for sure, but Herod decides he doesn't like the fact that there's another king, chooses to snuff out this new little king named Jesus. The Magi had come, the kings, or the whatever you want to place them as to what they are. But they came along, and they were supposed to go back and tell Herod where this child was. Of course, they were told in a dream not to. But anyway, we get to this point where an angel of the Lord appears to Joseph in a dream and says, this is verse 13, rise and take the child and his mother and flee to Egypt and remain there until I tell you. Now, this isn't the first time that Joseph has been visited by an angel, and there might have been more times that we don't know about that weren't printed. But here we got instruction from an angel, or Joseph to take his family away from there because the Lord knows what's going to happen. And so the Lord is controlling this situation, even though Herod thinks he's trying to control the situation. And I don't want to dwell on the children. You know, he sends them off um, to kill all the young boys under 2 years of age, and there's a whole conversation about how many that actually was. It's irrelevant. It really is irrelevant. It's about how many. One is too many. You know, the value of life that Herod has evidently is uh, is very low. You know, the most important thing in the world is himself, and that's a whole conversation for another day. And I don't want to dwell on that because what I want to dwell on is this idea of Joseph listening. And later on in this text, you can go ahead and read it. He's visited yet again, and they go again. And so it's an interesting process. And I wrote this little note to myself on the paper. I said, "Have you ever listened to that voice?" And I just wonder, have you ever done that? Have you ever heard this voice? Now, what does that voice sound like? Maybe it sounds like someone talking to you. Maybe it's a feeling. Maybe it's a sense. Maybe it's just a thought. But there's something that makes you do something that doesn't make any sense sometimes. Sometimes it makes sense. Sometimes you turn left when you're supposed to turn right. Those kind of things. And I wonder, do you trust in those instincts? Do you trust in those voices? Did Joseph trust in the message of the angel? And he did. And he followed what the angel wanted him to do. And he followed to the T what he was supposed to do. And that process was to keep this little baby safe, but also that he would get back to Nazareth, as the prophets had foretold that this Messiah was going to be a Nazarene, which is the last verse of this text. So that's what I want us to think about today. Nothing more than that, is to trust in the Lord, to listen to the Lord, and then to do what the Lord calls you to do. That's really what's way more important than anything, and that's what Joseph did. And I think that's really the message that we should get from this text this Sunday. So um, don't dwell on why God would allow this to happen or anything like that, because we don't know. Evil is in the world. We see evil in the world today, but this is a message of hope and love, and a reminder for us to listen to the Lord when He calls you, and then do what He asks. Scary thoughts, right? All right, that's all I'm going to say about that. That's about where I am. I don't know where my message will be on Sunday, but it'll be somewhere in there. I think seems to be where I'm focusing on. So that's all I'm going to say. Prayers. Let's pray for travelers. You know, we had a Colorado low come up last week and dumped some snow on us, and we've got another one coming up next week. It looks like it's going to track a little further east, hopefully, for us, but whether or not. But the people are traveling. Their airlines have canceled flights. It makes it difficult and stressful, especially in this time of year. So just remember that. Remember those people that are traveling in your prayers today, and then take one person today and pray for them. All right, that's what I've got. You have a wonderful day. Merry Christmas. Once again, we're still in the Christmas season, so I can still say that and not get yelled at. I can say it all the time, though, can't I? And Merry Christmas, and have a blessed and happy New Year if I don't see you before that change happens. So as you go about your way, God's grace and peace and blessings be to you, and do take care.